Okay, so now let's make histograms. So you want to, step 1, draw and label your horizontal and vertical axes. Add all titles. Draw a bar to represent the frequency of each interval. So that should say add a scale. Okay, so we're going to look at NBA wins 2001 to 2002. So 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, and 51 to 60. How many numbers are in each interval? Subtract. 20 minus 11 is 9. Add 1, 10. So there are 10 numbers per every interval. Alright, frequencies. The smallest is 3 and it goes up to 10. So I will count by 2s. 11 to 20 we have 3. 21 to 30 is 4. 31 to 40 is also 4. 41 to 50 is 10. And then 51 to 60 is 8. So notice how these bars are touching. Notice how we have our numerical intervals here at the bottom. That's how we know it's a histogram. Alright, let's try another. So we're comparing the speed of cars that are clocked by a police officer. So we'll title it Speed of Cars. Label your X and Y axis, so speeds here. Y will be frequency. Okay, so there are 10 numbers per interval, 50 to 59. $70 to $79, and $80 to $89. My smallest frequency is 2 and largest is 18. And count by 2s. Okay, from 50 to 59 we have 2. We have 14. That's about right there. Make sure the bars are touching. 70 to 79 is 18. That goes all the way about right there. Then 80 to 89 is 3. So that'll be between 2 and 4. Let's answer some questions now looking at histograms. What interval represents the most number of quarts? So if we look, Y is the number of quarts, X is number of seats. That'd be 19,000 to 19,999. Let's write our frequencies above each interval. So 1, 3, 4, 12, 6, 1, 1, 1. How many quarts have less than 20,000 seats? So we're going to look all the way to 19,999. So add those up. 12 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1. That gives you 20 quarts. How many quarts have between 17,000 and 19,000 seats? So I'm looking right here. So 3 plus 4 gives you 7. Have at most 20,000. This would be less than or equal to 20,000. So again, I'd be looking kind of like number 2. Be 20 quarts. Number 5, how many have at least 21,000 seats? I'm going to look here at these last 3. So at least to be greater than or equal to 21,000. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 and get 3. Alright, how big is each interval? So let's find an interval. We'll do 50 to 59. Find the difference. Then add 1. So you get 10. You could also count 50 to 59 and you would count 10 numbers including 50. Number 7, what is the percentage of winning Super Bowl games for interval 10 to 19? Well, we have 36 total games, and 10 to 19 would be 4. So 4 out of 36, which simplifies, divide by 4, you get 1/9. Because the denominator's a 9, I know it's going to repeat. Let's change that into a decimal. 9 goes inside, 1 outside. It's going to be 1 repeating. So swoop twice to the right, we'll get 11 and 1/10 repeating percent. How many winning teams score less than 30 points? So less than 30 would be 10 to 19 and 20 and 29. So 13 plus 4, we'll get 17 for that. Number 9, identify the interval that is not equal to the other 3. So 12 to 16, the difference is 4 plus 1's 5. Difference is 5 plus 1's 6. 5 and 5. So 20 to 25. And then it says explain because there are 5 numbers in that interval. Last thing that we're going to look at, page 25 and 26, we're going to go quickly through these different types of graphs. This will help you with tonight's homework. So bar graph is used to compare the frequency of categorical data of categories. Number 1, the graph is displaying scores on pretest and test. Number 2, how many points did Mary score improve by? So pretest is the orange color and test is the green. So she came up from an 80 to a 90, so 10 points. Who did not make any improvement? John. What was the highest grade earned on the pretest? That was Mary with an 80%. So histograms also show frequency, but they have these intervals down here at the bottom and the bars touch. So how many runners were between ages 6 and 10? So 30, that's coming from right here. What age group had the most participants? 16 and 20 because they have 50. Exactly how many runners were 22 years old? Well, we know that 22 is going to fall in this interval here, but we don't have enough information to determine that from the histogram. So we'll say cannot determine. Okay, so a line graph shows how values change over a period of time. So number 1, how many potatoes were consumed on Wednesday? So that's coming from right there. 30 kilos. Number 2, what days are the least amount of potatoes consumed? That would be Thursday at 10. Number 3, how many should you buy to have enough for the whole week? So we'll add these numbers up. So 15 plus 20 is 35, plus 30 is 65, 75, 90, 90 plus 25, and then we'll add 35 to that. So 90 plus 25 plus 35, you get 150 kilos. Circle graph shows how parts are related to the whole. Which music is the most popular? Rap has the highest percentage, so it'll be rap. A good name for the graph, we could say favorite music. Number 2, what percentage don't like classical? Well, if 10% do like classical, we know that percent means out of 100, so 100 minus 10 is 90%. Number 4, if 400 people were surveyed in this graph, how many like alternative music? So you could use percent proportion for this. So alternative is 15%, 15 out of 100. So if 400 were surveyed, we're trying to determine how many would like alternative, so we'll cross multiply. 400 times 15 is 6,000, divide that by 100, and we get 60 people. You could also say 15 times 4. A pictograph, page 26. So it uses icons or pictures. So one bear represents 10 toys. How would you represent 5 toys? Well, half of 10 is 5, so we'll say half a bear. Who has more toys, Lily and Sarah? Lily has 10, 20, 30, 40. Sarah has 30, so they have 70 together. Susan has 50, and Sam has 10. So that's 60 together, so Lily and Sarah. What is the least number of pets owned? Be careful with this. Don't choose 5. Even though there's only one person with 5 pets, the least number of pets owned is 1. How many people were surveyed? Count your X's. So I counted and I got 20 people. The mode repeats the most, that would be 1. And the range would be 5, the largest minus the smallest, 1, and get 4. Okay, let's make a histogram. So title it, number of cars. So frequency and cars. 0 to 3, 4 to 7, 8 to 11. So again, you want to be sure that you title and label everything. So I'll count by 2s. 0 to 3 is 6. 4 to 7 is 3. And 8 to 11 is 4. Alright, number 1, create the original list of data. So I'm going to pull my data here. So 0 in the tens place, 3 in the 1. So 3, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I just finished my list all the way up to 35. Which data point occurs the most? There are 3 3s, so 23. The highest and lowest values, the highest is 35 and the lowest is 3.